Good morning. This is my last vlog in Austin. My friends and my boyfriend arrived last night. I was supposed to pick them all up around 10:30 at San Antonio, but my friends' flights got a bit messed up and they ended up on a flight to Austin a lot earlier. So I went and picked them up, and then a couple of hours later we went to San Antonio to get my boyfriend, whose flight was also delayed, and he didn't get in till quite late. So I think we were home by like 1 a.m. last night. So we've not had a lot of sleep, but it is a beautiful, beautiful weekend, and we're gonna go out and do some adventuring and exploring for the afternoon around Austin. And I think we're gonna start with lunch at Terry Black's. We've been told we have to absolutely go there for barbecue, and I am so hungry and so excited. This place was so busy, but we knew it would be busy because it was the middle of the day on a Saturday. And as far as I know, this is the place to try as like a tourist thing. And the line wrapped the whole way through the venue out the door, but it is the most organized chaos. They were so efficient. The line moved really quickly and we got way more food than we needed, but we had breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, and maybe lunch again. And it was fantastic. We got a large potato salad, mac and cheese, coleslaw, these banana puddings, extra pickles, onions. We got the brisket, the turkey, which was my favorite, and then some of the sausages as well. And we managed to grab a table real quick outside. Someone was leaving, we jumped in, and that's kind of how it worked. And it was honestly fantastic. And then we were going to go and explore downtown, go to the Capitol, and then it randomly had a storm come through, and it was very unexpected because the weather said it was going to be sunny all weekend, but it wasn't. And so we did a little drive-by tour for my boyfriend so that he could see what downtown was like. And then we ended up going home and just having some wine, and it was really nice, relaxing afternoon. Yesterday afternoon we got rained out. It was supposed to be beautiful and sunny all weekend, and then out of nowhere this storm rolled in, and then it just started pouring rain. So we didn't get out of the car at the Capitol. We decided to just come back, and we spent the rest of the afternoon just chilling and relaxing. We had some wine, and then everybody went to bed pretty early because my friends are quite jet lagged. And so today, because they're feeling a bit tired, my boyfriend and I are going to take the car and we're going to head to a Buc-ee's. I don't know much about Buc-ee's, but my understanding, it's a very giant gas station that has everything that you could possibly want, and apparently they're very well known for their very clean and amazing bathrooms. So we're gonna go for a bit of a drive and just see what Buc-ee's is like. I think we're gonna get like a little cooler as a souvenir kind of thing, but yeah, as far as I know, it's just a very Texas thing to have a rest stop at a Buc-ee's when you're on a road trip. So I'm kind of excited. Everybody's been raving about it to me, so it's gonna be interesting to see just how big it is and like how many like petrol pumps and stuff that they have. So we're gonna do that, and then we might stop in at the San Marcos outlet stores on the way back, because we're going to go to the Buc-ee's that's on the way to San Antonio. And then I think later this afternoon, which is what we were going to do yesterday afternoon, is we're going to go to this brewery that has goats, and so you can have some drinks and like hang out with goats, which I think would be really cool. So hopefully that's what our afternoon involves. This morning we just got up and we kind of did a bit of a drive through the suburb here, like we're just looking at houses, and then we actually went and looked at a few open houses this morning as well, just because they have them a lot around here and it's just really fun to look at. So we did that, and you know, we're not buying, we're not going to buy anything, but we were just looking. And yeah, so I think that's the plan for today. Let's go to Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's was huge. I think it met my expectations because everybody had talked it up as being this insanely large place that as a rest stop, you can get everything you could possibly want. So we started in the men's section where they had all the men's t-shirts, clothing, and everything. That wasn't just Buc-ee's themed stuff. It was all different brands, some of them kind of expensive. They also had a section for like touristy knick-knack things that were also not Buc-ee's themed. They had a kids section and also kids toys as well. Down the other end, they had like a hunting and boating section, and then we moved into the Buc-ee's section. This stuff here is so you can have a Buc-ee's themed birthday party. And then they had all the other regular things. They had some onesies, all the clothing merch, slippers, t-shirts, pants. They even had swimsuits with the little Buc-ee's logo all over it. There was so much stuff. And then we moved down out of the clothing section, sort of into where they have more food stuff. So they apparently are quite known for their jerky and all the different flavors of jerky. And then if you move along, you can actually get fresh jerky out of a section that's kind of like a deli. They also had a fudge section where they had so many different flavors. And then all around this area was a lot of hot food, so you could eat on your rest stop. And then we headed down the other end where there was like packaged food, tomato sauces, and jams and cotton candy and snacks and nuts. They had an entire wall of trail mix and all those kinds of things. More Buc-ee's merch, plates, cups, tumblers, that kind of thing. They had a section for alcohol, and then down the back corner was all the barbecue stuff. So you can buy a barbecue and then all of the barbecuing accessories. They had a whole bunch of seasonings, and we decided to get one because, I don't know, they seemed interesting and it felt like a fun souvenir. We did a bit of a loop around the entire place, and they had a home section. So of course, I'm straight in there. I'm looking at the coffee mugs, which were really, really cute. And I just wanted to have a little look at all the home decor, see if there was something that I wanted as a souvenir. I decided against some of it because some of this stuff I actually saw at Dillards. So it's kind of stuff that you can maybe get anywhere, and it's not necessarily specific to Buc-ee's, except for this denim apron, which I thought was pretty cool, but I didn't get it. There was just so much cute stuff though. It's my favorite thing to look around this sort of stuff. This brand, the Mud Pie brand, that was all through Dillards, and they just have so many cute things. I definitely think I have to get something from Mud Pie at some point because it looks adorable, but I think I'm going to just do some maybe online shopping, maybe order something from Dillards and just go through their website. And then right in the center of the store, there's more Buc-ee's merch. There was a Buc-ee's character that you could actually take pictures with, which we thought was really cute. So yeah, very, very fun. And we grabbed a couple of souvenirs, and it was worth checking out. Plus, outside the gas stations, huge. I think we calculated it, 128 pumps, which is actually insane. Like it was so big. Butter pecan fudge. Can I bite it?
Yeah, just go for it.
Okay. Really good. Later that afternoon, we did go to the Jester King Brewery to have a look at the goats, and this place was so cool. Out the front of the little goat enclosure, there's this kind of a bar, and you can get beer and wine. And then you can hang out with the goats, and they're so adorable. They were telling us that the goats are there to help maintain the land, kind of the way that buffalo were once used. And then they have them in this really large pen, and they just kind of hang out. They jump up on the tables and the barrels and things, which it's quite impressive to see when they do jump up. But they're really friendly. You can pet them. Sometimes they'll fight each other and you just want to walk away from them so you don't get caught in the crossfire. There was one goat we were told not to touch. She had a bright red spiky collar on to kind of signal not the one to touch, but the rest all very, very friendly, really cute. They were kind of lazing around in the afternoon sun. As the sun went down, they started to get a little bit more in the mood to fight each other, which was quite interesting.
Wow.
You're very cute. They will nibble at your clothes, so you kind of have to push them away so they don't bite a hole in your clothing. And they also really want the beer and wine, but again, that's not a good idea to give them any. But they're very, very cute, and it's just honestly a really relaxing thing. I think it was maybe $10, $5 or something to get in there, and you just kind of get to hang out with them, and it was very, very cool.
Curious. Always
Oh, this one in front of you
Ooh.
is peeing now. Started a pee train.
Started a pee train. Are you gonna pee too? Then we went over to the main area. Oh my goodness, there were so many tables and a stage. So I assume they have a lot of events and live music. They have food and drink. So we got some more wine and we ordered a couple of pizzas. There was a little bar cat and the whole place was just really beautiful. I think it would be great for a small wedding. My cousin had a wedding at a similar location and it was the best wedding I've ever been to. And I think that location would be so, so good for it. And then as the sun was setting, we made our way home. And then for our last day there, we spent a good couple of hours just hanging out by the pool. I went for a swim, which was so nice. Got my hair wet, which I only do when I know I need to wash my hair. So thankfully it coincided with wash day. It was such a relaxing day. And then to end everything, we decided to go to Torchy's because I love Torchy's so much and I wanted to show my boyfriend Torchy's. I'm just a little bummed though because this Torchy's was not the best I've had and I felt like I'd hyped it up so much. I mean, he loved it, but I really wanted it to be like a good one and it was okay. But I still love it. My favorite is the shrimp and we got way more food than we really needed, but we wanted to try lots of different ones. And as I'm trying more on the menu, I'm starting to figure out what it is that I do and I don't like. The shrimp, definitely the best. Then the next morning, we got up early to make our way back to DC. It started out as a really beautiful flight, nice weather, and we had a whole row to ourselves. In fact, all the rows around us were empty, so it was quite nice. But then we hit some turbulence the closer we got back to DC. Worst flight I've ever been on, and I don't do super well with flying, but I kind of just, I don't know, I was so tired. I was like, it's fine. And it got really cloudy and we ended up back in a very, very rainy DC. Even if the weather is terrible, the one nice thing about DC is when you fly in, you kind of get to see all the monuments and right in the middle there, you can see the Pentagon. Thankfully, it was kind of a smooth landing considering it was so miserable out there, but just so, so nice to be back. I am back in DC and I am so happy about it. It was just so nice to walk into the apartment yesterday. Even though I hate it here and it's so crammed and just cluttered and messy all the time, it just felt like I was coming home. And after being away for 3 weeks, it was so nice. And you know that rug that I got just before I went away, the blue one that's in the kitchen? There is something really homey about having that runner in that walkway. I don't know what it is. It just makes the space feel really cozy. And my boyfriend did a massive deep clean on Friday before he left to come to Austin. So, you know, walking into a clean apartment is always the best thing after you've been away. So I'm just really happy to be back, even though it is very rainy and very cloudy until the end of the week. Thankfully, it's going to start getting a little more like Texas weather. It's dry in Texas though, and it's totally humid here, but either way, like I'm ready for the sunny days. I loved being away. I think my boyfriend really enjoyed it too. I haven't seen him that relaxed in such a long time. And I was like, yeah, you really needed this. There's just something about anytime I go to Texas, and maybe it's my friends and their house and where they live, but I always just feel like it's a bit of a retreat. I always come back feeling super, super relaxed, and it was kind of nice to see my boyfriend feel the same way. So yeah, it was just the best time. I don't feel like we did as much touristy stuff as maybe we could have, but we opted to just relax and kind of do nothing by the pool the other day, which was just what we needed. I do have a couple of things that I wanted to share with you though from our trip. Like we've got some souvenirs. We got a couple things when we went to Buc-ee's. We got a brisket rub. We're not gonna make brisket. I mean, maybe we will, but I just thought maybe we could try this on some steak. Like they had a steak one, but this one looked better. So we're gonna try that. And then we picked up a couple of stubby holders. We couldn't decide which one to get, so we ended up kind of getting a classic red and then also a fun tie-dye one. So those are our little Buc-ee's souvenirs. That place is huge. Like it's very overpriced, but huge, and it was very, very cool. And then we also went to the outlet mall on the way home, and we were only gonna go and look at Wrangler because my boyfriend wanted to look at jeans, but then the next thing I know, we're in another store, and I think I said a couple videos ago that I really wanted to get a nice one-piece swimsuit for summer, and then I found this one, which I was wearing at the pool. We gave it a quick clean when we got home, and then I was able to wear it, and I love it. It's blue and white striped, and it's blue on the inside. This is from Vineyard Vines. There's like a little whale on the bottom. They have a very big Vineyard Vines store here in DC, and I've been a couple of times, but this is the first time I purchased anything because this ended up coming down to $25 from like the outlet, and it's so, so cute. My boyfriend actually bought it for me, which I love. So yeah, really cute, very, very much my style, and super, super comfortable. So that was the new little purchase from our trip to the outlet mall. And then we also have our souvenirs, which I'm really, really happy about. But it was just such a great, relaxing weekend. I didn't really do too much like talking to you vlogging. I figured, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna film everything on my phone and then I can voice it over later, which I have done. So I hope you didn't mind that, but it was really, really fun, especially the goats. If you're down near Austin and you want something really fun to do, go to the brewery with the goats. I thought that was really cool to be able to be in the pen with them. But it was a great weekend. I had so much fun while being away and I feel really refreshed. Oh, actually, I'm wearing that top. I know some of you have missed my video where I said I found it, and then the video where I said instead of going and getting a small, I would just keep the medium. So both this top and the other one are 100% cotton. And after I washed the other one, I was like, you know what? I think this is shrunk, because you can shrink cotton, right? And I didn't set the settings on the washing machine. It's one of those LG ones where you just push the button and then it automatically detects how much is in there and does its thing. And I'm gonna guess it used a hot setting and it kind of shrunk the top. So then I washed this one and I do feel like it is kind of shrunk. So very happy that I didn't have to go hunt down a small and that it's kind of shrunk to the size that I want. At least I think it has. When I hold it up, it just looks smaller. So anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I will see you in my next one when we could start the moving process and the packing and getting everything sorted. But yeah, it feels like I've just closed one chapter and now I get to start the next one. So I hope you're having a fabulous week and I will see you very, very shortly.